Hey guys, welcome to Geek Church. This is Jared Elrod. As you can see, I'm here in front of a green screen, and this is kind of our new setup. We're getting some stuff together, getting some sets and stuff. If you noticed the last episode, I was in a different couch with a different background. It was a yellow wall instead of the regular Geek Church couch. And as you know, if you follow along, there's been some changes, and we've been on a break. And we're back. We're getting stuff together again. I'm getting a whole bunch of episodes lined up. So that way, even if we do get hit again in the future with something, we won't have to worry about a long break, because I'm just going to, after this week, and I can tell you more about it later, after this week I'm going to have just a ton of episodes recorded and just be a process of editing them and getting them out. So it's very exciting, so there should be some news about all that coming soon. But what I want to talk about right now is I want to introduce this episode. So the next couple episodes, I have 4 episodes ranging from 15 minutes to, I think one of them is actually close to an hour. So recently I got summoned as a witness in a case. So when I was up in Paradise, there was a crime committed and I was a witness, youth related. One of the kids who hated the youth ministry, never could get him to come to anything, but he broke into the youth house. And I was a witness, even though I didn't see anything, but I made the mistake of putting my name on the police report, so I had to drive all the way up to Orville, which is where the court is, because Paradise, I don't know, Paradise couldn't do it. So, but anyways, I made the most of the trip. I went up, I spent the night, I went the day before, spent the night with Jeff. I actually slept on the Geek Church couch, which really was just my couch, and I just left it there, so I slept on it before. Not because I was in trouble, just... Anyways, let's see, this is going downhill fast. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is the next few episodes are going to be a little bit random. There's no particular comic or movie we're talking about. It was literally just, I drove up 6 hours, got out of the car late at night, and we said, hey, we haven't done an episode in a while, let's just talk. And so for 2 hours, we just talked about randomness. And then I went through and I've cut that up into episodes. So this episode I believe is 17, almost 18 minutes long. By the last one, I believe it's in 50 minutes. So they kind of get longer and longer as it goes along, depending on what we talked about. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And these next few episodes, I should be releasing these probably weekly. So by the end of January, these should be done. And we'll be into our new content and some updates for you guys. And we'll have some awesome stuff that we'll be talking about in January. So stick around. All right, well, welcome to Geek Church. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Well, I did this 2 weeks ago. But it's been a while since we've been here in the actual... Look, the Geek Church couch. It's good to be back. So, just to catch you up, in case you didn't watch the last one or in case you don't know what's going on, I moved 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and I moved 5.5 hours away. I actually left my house at 4:30, about 4:30, and got here at 10 o'clock. Now, granted, I stopped a little bit, not much though, so maybe a half hour, but probably only 20 minutes of that was stopping. So a long ways. It's a quarter of California. So it's a long ways, and so we obviously haven't been able to do these, and we told you, we wouldn't, and all this kind of stuff, and I was going to be doing them, and it took me forever, and just watch the last video. I talked about how, I haven't done them in a while, and whatnot, and how I'm starting again. So we're not going to say what episode number this is, because how this thing goes, we don't really know, and we're just going to cut it up, and I'll say more about that in the intro, so you're already have seen that, so we're already starting off to our normal redundant selves. I know. So what's up? What's been going on? This is just, I guess, a free for all. So. Oh, wait. Ready? Nice.
That's gonna be our clapboards. When we're have a budget and we're all legit, we're just gonna have whatever we're drinking is with the can, set and
why not?
Shot number and all that, just right there on the side of the can. And then we'll have to license that and sell it.
Well, you realize though, that's kind of outdated, because the whole point of the clapboard was because they record the film and then the audio was a separate device and they had to sync them up. People still use them, but whatever.
It's still awesome. I don't know.
All right, well, what's up? So you still been here holding the fort down? It looks a lot. Well, this room's the exact same. Have you even been in here?
No, you know how kind of you have a child die or something, you just leave the room exactly
Just
the
exact
same.
same.
No, that's...
I mean, literally, the only thing that's changed is there was that pillow and sleeping bag from that kid you said who slept on the couch, but those are the same. Those poles that are just sitting there that I use for lights. Like,
the puppet stage isn't in here anymore, though.
That wasn't in here when I left, though, was it? Oh, okay, so you moved the puppet stage, but the poles are there. Like, my water bottle is over there. still with water in it. Like, the cameras, like, right before I left, I, like, plugged it in to charge it. See if I couldn't get it working for you, like, and it's there. That, what's that?
Sound?
What? No, that can. Is that empty can? SpaghettiOs is still there. It's pretty much the same. I don't know if I recognize that. Yeah. But it's pretty much the same. So, same comics down here. You can't see them, but same comics down here. Even, look. Even a piece of M&M wrapper from the last time we did our last episode. We ate candy. Our Harold camping. This is amazing. Look. Our chips from our last episode, like 6 months ago. It's like the same.
Yeah, it's true.
That's funny. So, I will say, I know we're normally kind of random, but it's been, well, you just got done with a 3-day outreach, or like a big outreach, kids outreach. Mm-hmm. So you're pretty tired from that, right?
Yeah. It's been a lot because you left. It was June when you were officially moved out, I believe, isn't it? Or was
July is the month
July.
that I didn't work here.
July is the one.
That's my first.
And so since then, we had the summer where we had like the lull where we're not really sure what's going on with the youth and stuff. So that was a little crazy transitioning in. But I've kind of got we've got systems and rotations for everything. So we finally got some rubber on the road as far as it is moving forward. We've gotten up to averaging around 20 just about every Wednesday night. So we're getting growth, we're getting traction, and just like you said, we had the 3-day Kids Crusade this last, today is the 1st of November, so 31st and 30th were the other 2 days. And it was exciting and crazy and a little scary too, because it's the first time I've ever been involved in anything like that. And it was just exciting, a lot of just crazy stuff going on.
I was just asking what you did this last week, but that's good. That was my other question, but yeah. So
reading your mind, I guess.
That's what we start off with, but yeah. So you just had a 3-day Kids Crusade outreach, I don't know what you officially called it, and then literally like at 8, you got done around 8:30 or something like that, and you came over here, and I got here at 10. So you like got done, came over, had a little bit of dinner, and kind of rested a little bit. You listened to a podcast when I got here, right? What was it?
It was How Stuff Works, Stuff You Should Know, how the Audubon works.
Okay, and then so you're just relaxing for a little bit, 3 days, you're tired. I've had 2 weeks of my pastor's been on vacation, so I've been in charge, preached the last 2 Sundays, whatnot, all that, and then I had to drive down here. Like I said, I left about 4:30, just got here at 10.
How different is it speaking to adults versus youth or children?
It's a lot different. And another difference too is because I'm speaking to like 20 kids versus speaking to 160 adults. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference. Yeah. So, some ways it's like a lot easier because and better the fact of
explain it so many.
Well, not that. I wouldn't give adults that much credit, but like the whole idea of because first off, it's easier in my opinion. It's easier to talk to 160 and then last week 130 something. So it's easier to talk to 100 plus than it is to talk to like 20 and with like 6 of them being your leaders, And but the thing on the other side is you can say whatever you want to the kids, right? Like they're not gonna go home and tell their parents that you said this or that, and they're gonna like they're not my leaders are all. Versus like on a Sunday morning, I have to be like, okay, what am I gonna say? How's this gonna be received? Some of it I don't care because it's like this is the gospel, but other parts of like, okay, I'm gonna tell this funny story. Is that too far for a Sunday morning? Like 2 weeks ago in youth, I played like this 7-minute video from Halo, that like not feature length, but like real life one, because it's talking about Armor of God and stuff. Can't really do that, Sunday morning. And the other big difference too is
Might get some salvations.
The other difference too is on Sunday morning I had a kind of a short leash. I could only preach for 30 minutes. And on youth, I preach, I don't think I ever go below 45. I said, so 30 for Sunday morning, youth I go at least 45. And I've been like 47, 48, 50 minutes. I hit almost an hour last month.
Wow.
So I basically like almost half the amount of time. So I was nervous. I wasn't really nervous to preach. I was like stressed out like, is it 30 minutes going to get here? I'm going to be halfway through my notes. So that was my big thing is how am I going to get through? You know, so I was trying to like write less, but like my natural tendency is always to be worried I don't have enough. So I'm always, that's one reason I go long, that and I don't care. I'm like,
I'm done when I'm finished.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, dude, I listen to Driscoll like 10 times a week. I don't care how long he talks for an hour.
Yeah.
And when he starts a new series, he goes for like an hour and a half cuz it's not even on what he's talking. It's the intro. He doesn't even get into the verses. It's like an hour and a half of like all the background stuff. And
how he came upon the subject and stuff. You know, that's funny because we have a rotation of 4 leaders right now for youth. One each Wednesday night. We have AJ, Tyler, myself, and then Vonna the last week, and then I take fifths whenever we have the odd fifth Wednesday.
So you're basically the interim youth pastor and you get to preach the least? Why don't you get on there every month?
Because I do kids church Sunday morning and other things.
Okay. So you're lazy and you don't.
I'm lazy. That's exactly what it is. But it's like Vonna goes always short. She does a lot of like stories and things. Mm-hmm. AJ middle. Tyler's a little shorter, but I'll go like 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. I did 40 minutes this last time I spoke. And the kids were complaining in like the whole like last 10 minutes of my speaking.
My kids don't complain, my leaders do. So I'll have, and I have mostly junior high kids, right? I don't have very many high schoolers. I have my leaders who are college age. They're not like necessarily all in college, but they're all like 21, 22. One of them is only 18, but most of them are in their early. One of them is actually just a few months, or she's like 26, so she's about my age. So they're all, you know, for the most part, younger 20s, and not the girls, the boys. The boys are the ones that are complaining. I have 2 boys, and they're twins, and they're always like, anytime I'm like, oh, suggestions or anything, they're like, oh, maybe preach shorter. You know, one time he was like, maybe like a little 15, 20-minute thing, and we're planning our college service, and he made a comment about it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let you know right off, I'm not preaching for 15 minutes for the college. I'm like, that's gonna be, I'm gonna preach for an hour. You know, I'm like, you guys are adults. And then his girlfriend is our worship pastor. She'll be doing the worship for college, and she's big into like having a longer worship time. So I'm like, we're just gonna do everything and do how long it takes. So I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna preach, or because for college, I'm gonna switch it, so I'll preach first and have worship and communion afterwards. And
I've noticed that's a more common, like,
it's just better
cycle,
because,
maybe.
I mean, look at it this way. You're gonna go into church, you hear the message, the Holy Spirit's convicting you, you want to respond, and then it says, all right, amen, you go home. You're like, what? No, God's working on me, you know, like, you know, and we don't have altar services anymore. So it's just so much better to have it after. And I do that sometimes in youth, but I mostly have to leave it up front with youth because they're so rowdy and
my
stuff.
kids will get up and leave during worship if it's at the end.
Yeah, well, my kids get up to go pee, and it takes them 15 minutes. I guess all the boys have medical conditions. But
they're older than they look.
They're older than they look. Yeah, those are some old junior hires. Yes, but like they don't complain. Like the day I went for 57 minutes, like they all were attentive. I have and a lot of them are barely junior high. Like I have a couple girls who are like 6th grade, and some youth ministries that doesn't even count as junior high. But then those guys, my leaders, are like, oh, 15 minutes and just like show us a video or something. And I'm like, get over it.
Show them a Mark Driscoll video and we're like, here's your video, guys.
It's an hour and 45. I think his one of his on the spiritual warfare was like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I just well, you guys know from these videos I talk forever. I mean, though I did do a pretty good job with my last one.
Of our own voices.
Yeah. Well, and preaching's different too, because it's not really your own voice in that sense, you know. Especially, you know, you're preaching Bible, but hopefully, not 7 ways to have a better life now.
Just have your best hair now.
Yeah, I saw that online and it was really funny. So, but one thing I want to complain about and rant for a second. So Brandy, she doesn't like being home alone. She always hears noises, and ironically, it's like really windy today, so she's hearing a lot.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, she gives me this list of Redbox movies. Like, hey, go get some movies so we can watch them. You know, her and the kids. So I go, I get 5 movies. Well, then all of a sudden, I notice I get a lot of Redbox. We do it a lot since we
Do you hear
moved.
the price went up? It's like $1.
That's what I'm saying. It's $1.20.
It's ridiculous.
So I'm getting movies, and I look, and it's $1.20. I'm like, what? Did I click on a Blu-ray or something? I know those are like $2. I'm like, maybe it's on sale. So I get out and I go, no, they're $1.20. And I got 5 of them. I was so mad. Which I've been expecting them for a while. Like every time I get, like every other time it seems I go to get a Redbox, I'm like, oh, I wonder when they're gonna raise their prices. They really
Blockbuster
have to.
Express is still only $1.
Yeah, but then it's Blockbuster. I'd rather pay 20 cents more to go to Redbox.
You know, they have the kiosk things now.
It's freaking Blockbuster.
It's the same thing.
They're the worst company. They make Yahoo look like awesome. I don't like Blockbuster. And it's not just because I worked at Hollywood Video.
Ironically, Hollywood Video is the one that's gone under. Blockbuster is floundering.
Well,
but they're making
technically,
up ground.
I mean, they got bought out by Movie Gallery, and as soon as Movie Gallery bought them, it was going downhill. So
yeah.
It was like the beginning
It's
of the
the same thing. Yeah.
So,
that's like when Cisco buys flip cams.
And stops making them.
Yep, and stops making them.
Whatever. So
ridiculous.
But yeah, 20. I've been expecting it, but it was still annoying. And for it to hit me when I've never gotten 5 at one time before, ever.
The Blockbuster thing, because I go to Safeway all the time. It's right down the street. The Blockbuster thing is at Safeway, and so convenience over. Whatever.
Well, it's like the only one in town that doesn't have a Redbox baby. Not counting like the CVS stuff,
but
because I used to go there all the time when I lived on Beauquest. But then when I moved up to whatever, I don't know, I was there long enough. I don't remember. No, Opera. I don't even remember what street you live. Well, Salisbury. That's right.
Like the steak.
Well, then I started going over to was it Save Mart?
Save Mart, yeah.
Save Mart, and yeah, it's different up where we are now. So instead of Safeway, it's Vons. I still use my same card. I go in there with my Safeway card.
By the same company.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's the same company, just different names. And Brandy's like, well, then they're not the same company. I'm like, no, they are.
Just like Sam Club.
Yeah,
and,
it's the same warehouses and the same trucks, and it's just different. But anyway, so I go up there and it's Vons instead. So there's Vons and Rayleigh's are the main ones, and they're right across the street from each other.
Of course they are. Notice how they're always right across the street from each other.
Not here.
Or next door to each other.
Here they're across town from each other. You've got that weird one.
But here you have the grocery outlet and the Save Mart.
But grocery outlet though isn't really a competitor with Rayleigh's though. Two different people you're marketing towards. Mm-hmm. Like the person's not gonna go, well, let me run into grocery outlet and get stuff first. And then no, the person going to Rayleigh's is like, I know I'm paying a crap more money. I do it to avoid the people who go to a grocery outlet. You know, like that's why they pay more money. It's all the old people, and they go there because it's more expensive, and the poor people don't have the money to go there. And I just go back and forth. It depends on what it is. I generally go to Rayleigh's more.
There is a Rite Aid across from the Safeway now.
Yeah, no, I was there when I was here. Yeah. I used to go there and get prescriptions. Because, my daughter broke her arm and dropped a dresser on her face.
I'm so glad I don't have children. I couldn't handle them. I can barely handle the children that don't belong to me.
I know, I gotta tell you, I do have a couple kids in my junior high. I really wish you were up there just so I could put you in charge of them.
Yeah, you're telling me about one that's just like, wants to always be your buddy.
They're just so...
Although, you know Joe Cadero, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Halo.
Mm-hmm.
He constantly is coming by every day. He buys a Hot Pocket and a 7-Up every day. And he's, like, on Friday, he took a soda. I don't know what kind, but probably 7-Up, because that's all he drinks, other than Dr. Pepper.
Didn't he used to get Orange Crush for a while?
Yeah.
And then he started getting the other?
And he put 3 different kinds of salad dressing, A1 steak sauce, barbecue sauce,
not in
red
in the drink,
red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, all this crap, literal crap. Like there's just
little crap would mean that someone actually pooped.
This is as close as you'll get to it.
Where do you get all that stuff?
You just like at his house and stuff. Just poured it in there. Like ran.
Oh, so he just told you about it?
And and he drank it, and it was like gagging, like dry heaving because of it, and
Riley, the boy, not the girl, emailed me like a month ago and was like, "You suck because you left." I had to email him back.